Hey guys, Booster Bogan. We're here today with Emina. We have a lovely Supra. It's one of the cleaner ones I've seen. There'll be pictures featured on our Facebook and Insta. At the moment, I've been going for a walk through the whole of Japan All day in at Newcastle. Starts at 8 o'clock and they run it every day. Basically, it's an Aussie Jap imports, and it sounds really weird, but in Australia we don't have a lot of Oz domestic, especially anymore as Holden and Ford moved overseas to Thailand. So our Aussie cars aren't really Aussie anymore. So if anything, the Jap scene's bigger. Can you tell us a little bit about the car?
So it's a 95 Aero Top Supra, twin turbo. It is automatic at the moment. That's about it.
We're not judging. No, come on. What's unique about this car? This has one unique feature. It's one of the very few that does.
I think the Baltic blue, so the color of the car, is one of the most unique that I've even seen myself.
Yeah, I haven't seen many in this condition. The other thing is it runs a 1JZ instead of the standard 2JZ because this is a conversion. It's done really cleanly though. It's not sort of a ghetto home job that I can tell, which is nice to see. But the real question is like the story behind the car. There's all these newer cars and fairly cheap, reliable cars on the market. What inspired you to go the other way and buy a 95 model car?
So basically, ever since I was probably maybe in year 9, I've wanted a Supra. It sounds lame, but I got the idea from Fast and Furious.
I think a lot of people. And I'm 24. How old are you?
I'm 23.
Yeah, so I think our generation, we grew up with Fast and the Furious, the original two, not like Hobbs and Shaw and stuff like that. So it was early 2000s when we started to get into primary school and high school and stuff like that. And what was all the rage was ridiculous aero, slapping as many like Mugen and aftermarket and TRD parts and make a 7-second car sort of stuff you could have imagined.
Yeah.
So a lot of us in the JDM Oz market tend to be really crazy for the Supras and the R34s, which are absolutely evident in Fast and the Furious. I think almost the most popular cars here you could almost see in every Fast and Furious movie.
Yes, that's true.
Hans 350Z and stuff like that. I've seen there was 8 350Zs lined up in a row over there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
So quite a few grouped. How long have you been into cars? Do you do the work yourself, or has it just sort of been interesting? You slowly just tack away at it.
So the first car I've ever had was a Holden Breena, and I started like doing things on there. My brother liked cars, so I guess I sort of like went along the same path. And my dad always used to say, you should get a reliable car, you should get something that's good. But like I've always just had this love for this car, and a lot of people think that Supras are a bit overrated and stuff, but it's hard to find one that's in this condition, and I really just want to work on it and make sure it like sort of stands out and stuff. And I think it does that already, but I do want to do a couple of like small things. I've done some cosmetic stuff, but yeah.
There's definitely no question on the fact it grabs attention. You've had in the time in sitting here, we've probably had about 8 or 9 different people walk past. When the hood popped, it was like flies. It was like, hold on, everywhere. What would you say is your favorite feature about the car? What really stood out to you? So obviously you had that sort of idea in your head, everyone does before you buy a car, but when you buy a car, you really start to feel and find and appreciate the little finite things. What of those actually stood out to you?
At first it was the color. The automatic gearbox doesn't really appeal to everyone, but I hadn't learnt manual yet, so for me it was good. It was a good starter. It was just a good sort of, it was basically stock when I bought it. It had stock lips, stock wheels, stock exhaust, like stock everything. So like I just wanted to put my own spin on it. It was just literally, it was just made for me to go and buy it. Like it was the most perfect car. I was looking for ages. All of them had been thrashed. P-platers just get them and just ruin them, and the body kits and stuff. So it's just, I think it just gave me a nice fresh Supra to start off with, and I can slowly just start doing things. I haven't done really much performance-wise apart from the exhaust, but I'll get there eventually.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, these are a pretty power-packed engine, even out of factory. There was a bit of a gentleman's agreement, and a lot of viewers would know this. Are tech savvy viewers. A lot of the cars at the time, the R34 and the Supra, and a lot of them had gentlemen's agreements to not post their listed power statistic on the cars or their spec. A lot lower. They were all, I think it was about 280 horsepower or something. They all listed their cars at.
Yep.
Not a single one out of factory was 280 horsepower. With the aero, it is good that you're not molesting it. At the same time, I don't hate aero. I don't have a problem with aero. At the same time, there's tasteful aero and there's horrible, ugly eBay kit aero, which is just over the top and non-functional. It doesn't tend to hold to the test of time. Anyone who has had aero, especially for a long time with something like fiberglass, knows that the paint starts to crack off very quickly. They fade faster than the rest of the car. So you got to be very wary. It's a very clean car. Obviously, it's a little tastefully modified. You got the Recaros in here as well. Did you put these in yourself?
No, these ones came with the car. So it's confetti Recaros, and I've also got the floor mats to match.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Do you find they're alright to daily? Like a lot of people have mixed opinions on the.
So I started off dailying it, but then I've got another daily, but I sort of half daily this. So I love it. I have no issue. Mostly on a motorway when I am heading to work, so I'm just going through, cutting through traffic. It's easy.
A lot of people like the interior in the Supra, especially people who've actually sat in them, just because they actually have this fantastic cockpit design.
Yeah.
I'll take some photos of that, and you'll be able to see them as well. But unlike a standard conventional car, and they got these ones with these humongous CD racks and stereos in the center, and the center console is huge. These are actually almost shaped like a fighter pilot setup. So your whole dash is curved back towards you, and from my angle, the actual controls for everything, aircon, radio, as they should be, are like almost taken away from the passenger. Like, sit down, shut up, and enjoy, which is how cars should be sometimes. There's nothing worse than someone hijacking your stereo with terrible music.
Yes.
And I'm sure we've all had that happen, and it's never fun. Well, best of luck with your project. Hopefully you have spend some more time and try to hide the money from yourself, which we're all guilty of, as we know cars are money sinks.
Yeah.
But it's good that it's a project car and it's something that you're passionate about. There's a story behind every car, and I'm here to find out what they are.
That's awesome.
All right, thank you very much.
All right.
Thanks so much.